it's the end of the road. Digimon Adventure Tri Part 6, Our Future, just landed, and my review's late because I was working all day, but it came out. What a ride! When I first heard about Digimon Adventures Tri all those years back, from my first part 2 years ago, part 1, that blue in the water, that became popular, became one of my most popular videos, to now, where it's ending. I thought part 3 would have been an ideal time to use the full piano theme of Butterfly. I was wrong. This is the momentum battle, the final battle between Digimon and the Chosen Children. And I'm going to start off like I've always done and give a brief summary of what exactly happened during the whole film. Like always, I don't treat these as episodic episodes, and I definitely don't treat them like that now since the release of them in film form in the West. No, it's a film. So it opens up in the rocky area about people still trying to get over about the fact that they think Taichi's dead. Sora couldn't have a grasp. Hikari is still thinking it's her fault and everything, and then suddenly a distortion hits up, and that distortion leads them to the real world. So everybody went back to the real world. During this time, they all went into Koshiro's office, and Max was just on the balcony. Very heartwarming Gabumon Matt moment. I always loved, even in the original series, those moments between him and Gabumon, and even in Tri they still captured that between them. That's what I've always loved about them, and that's why I'm still loving those characters till now. During their little conversation, they started seeing the others just overhearing them, and all like just in there, and Matt chases them off. And I will mention that I will be switching between the US and Japanese names back and forth. It's just something I do. So Yamato chases them away and they just run, and then Gabumon looks over the balcony and starts seeing a weird distortion in the sky. During all this, it's doing the whole treatment of 0-1, where during the whole Spiral Mountain, or when Myotismon attacked Tokyo, where you could see the digital world in the sky, done all that. So a nice little Digimon Easter egg again. Digital world up above in the sky yet again. So they all done that, and then when that was happening, we cut to a digital underground computer lab, where Nishijima or Daigo and Tai ended up. We see a flashback where Daigo was trying to save Tai and failed, and he ended up really badly hurt. During this, evil crazy Genai shows up and says there's a seat available for you. Only one though. My great massive Yggdrasil was so kind to give you the seat. Daigo now told Tai the full story and the truth, that when this all started, they had Daisuke and all the 02 cast go on this secret mission without telling them, and they ended up like this. They were all in these weird pods, like on life support, because they were pretty much beaten up to the crap. But Genai hacked the system and went, oh yeah, by the way, if you want to save these guys' lives, you better send them off to the real world. Yes. And Oh, by the way, my great and wonderful master, Yggdrasil. Oh, I provided one seat. So choose wisely who goes. So Daigo done a whole like campy thing about. All right, how about you just check that spare pod at the end to see if there's a communication, so we could get in contact with the real world, and we can really adjust and get in contact with the real world. But obviously that was a lie, so we could get Tai back. Once Tai realizes this, Tai tries to break free and tells him to stop it, and we try and find a different way and all that. But Daigo wasn't having this. Daigo then kept on saying, with his last dying breath, this last thing, be the change to be, make this world, pretty much make this world a better place and change and make our future with it all. Our grown-up hope and wishes are now to you guys. And so obviously they've all got sent. During this, Hikari ended up falling ill because of all the weight she's been putting on, sweat. The whole illness really reminded me of when she felt ill on her first travels to the digital world in 01, where she just suddenly felt ill and they fight. So I do love that little Easter egg there and a little throwback to 01 in that moment. It might just be me that could have thought of that, or it is an actual nice heart. So after that, everybody that was active went to fight Odenimon. So Gabumon, Matt, Sora, Mimi, Joe, Izzy, those 5 went along with Mako, because Mako was like the key and whatnot. But they failed. They lost several times. Hakamon then came, told May's father that everything is not going well. So then now the final plan has gotten into motion by homeostasis, and that plan ended up being a reboot for the human world. And then Hakamon showed up and said that he was an ally to the Digidestins. Once Izzy done his old computer thing and found out that his ultimate form was, or Mega was, Chessmon, nobody really liked that. The fact that the person that ended up or causing Tai's death, they think. Then we have like Agumon really believing that Tai's not dead and always had that gut feeling that he's not dead, obviously. And so everybody was still mourning. Matt finally decided to take on the role as leader because Tai wouldn't wanted it and everything. And this was during back that moment I told you. So Matt's the temporary leader of the Digidestins at the moment, and they pretty much argued and everything, but started fighting Odenimon again. Hagmon told them the plan. How about you try to use Mako as a lure for Odenimon, because this Odenimon ain't like the one that is said in the prophecy about destroying everything. So Mako just stood near the ocean so they could get away from Citadel and Citadel damage, collateral damage and all that, so they can fight in the ocean and stuff like that. Koshiro also got a phone call that Daisuke's group and everything is now all in hospital and are recovering. So pretty much. Oh, I do want to notice that we'd never get designs for them for the 02 cast. We never see them. We never actually see them in the ages they would be now in Tri. We don't see that. They stayed like black silhouettes, generic black silhouettes, and I'll be talking about that later on in my main thoughts on this episode. So during all that, and then during this, Hikari was just finally woken up in a bed. I think in her bed, and Takura was there with her all the way. Once she felt bad to wanting to get out there and everything, they started walking, trying to head to the others, and then a random Impmon, I think, not Impmon, a weird Digimon with those big mouths that look like a very champion form of, not champion, a rookie form of Devimon, but looked like a little like pixie imp Devilmon. I think it's Devilmon. I don't know, but if you've seen the episode, you know which Digimon popped out. Patamon then digivolves into Magna Angemon, fights, and then Genai shows up and brings Devimon. And this thing, Genai must have overpowered him, because by the looks of it, that could have been the same Devimon that he fought as a child, but because of the reboot, hasn't had his memories. So it could be the same one, but Genai overpowered him and made him able to fight an ultimate. What? I thought, what? Maganamon could have made him Swiss cheese. They were going toe and toe, and all the other Digimon started to attack him and everything, and it was not a pretty sight. Then Kari started to say stop and everything, and then Woodenmon takes her to the light of where memories are. She saw Hikari got Tailmon, and Tailmon tells her all light is in Meikumon. So it was another little prophecy. So Koshiro Izzy just went on his laptop to discovering it and found out the data backup that was backup from part 3. Yeah. It's a lot of loose ends are now finally getting answered and tied in. It was all backed up into one Digivice. Mako's Digivice. So once they put in the password that is Tamuch, all the memories went back into all the Digimon. Agumon gained all his memories back, Gabumon, Tentomon, Mimi, all of them, Patamon, all of them got their memories back. And they've got their memories back to the point this. And we get to see little things of people from 02. There wasn't 02 cast, it was all the other foreign Digidestins. Like I saw, I think, a glimpse, an image of the 3 brothers on that one episode of 02 during the whole world arc, traveling the world arc in 02. And we see those 3 brothers. Then we saw that Russian girl. A lot of Easter eggs. So it's nice to know that Izzy stayed in touch with all the Digidestins in the real world and everything. So it was nice to keep those that canonicity in. So it was nice to see those little Easter eggs. So all of them were getting their memories back. Every last one of them were getting their Digimon's memories back and everything. And a lot of Digimon were flying back to the digital world because we saw like Motimon, the bear Digimon going back. A lot of Digimon that they met and everything were getting their memories back. So what was really weird. But all these files were saved on the Digivice, what were causing the major power-ups and corruption of Meikumon. What was really, really weird. Once they're all free, Odenimon started separating and stuff. Then started attacking Meiku and everything. Matt tried to save her, but then Meiku still continued. Then Agumon ran into the water, jumped in to protect her. But then Tai just jumped out at the last second to make a grand entrance. And Matt wasn't really happy, and he goes, "You showed up your last minute," shook his goggles, Digivolves Agumon through Greymon, Metal Greymon, straight to War Greymon, and then they went straight to Omnimon. Omnimon was struggling in this final bout, but then it came to a conclusion once Jessamon helped and stopped the human real world reboot, and also managed to get Gotemon out. And once Gotemon was out, Tai actually admits that the one thing that he didn't want to do originally was the thing he has to do now. So from part 5, where where Meiku said kill Meikumon. So pretty much what they had to do from the start, they needed to do to stop all this, ended up being the cause and the reason on doing it in this part. I will talk a little bit, touch about that in my thoughts on it later on, because it is something that I thought was kind of pointless. But yeah, so then that all happened. Kara said she would never forgive him because of this decision and everything, but she'd be fighting with him all the way, because I think she also understands why Tai was doing it this way. Matt understands, everybody understands, might not be 100% with him, but understands, and even Meiku understood as well. So after that, they started battling, and then Meiku's Digivice started glowing white, dusted off, broken off that black Digivice corruption of her Digivice, and became white. And then Matt gets a new power up, Omnimon, like all the crests like glow and went into Omnimon, Omegamon, and he started forming into this new merciful mode, as it's called. Crappy design. I like how I love the power ups though. Design looks crap, but I'll talk more to that. And then he finished it off, May off, and then there was a little hint, a little similar scene to what Kari had with Gotemon, with May and Meiko. And Meiko was trying to run over, but May put her paw up and goes, "How much?" And Meiko understood that it was time to say goodbye, and she started crying in tears that she didn't want her to go, but she knew she had to save everybody. And that's pretty much it really for Digimon Adventures Tri Part 6, brief synopsis. So I'll give you my thoughts. I will do a separate video on Tri as a whole, separately from this video later on. But first off, this part was They gave a weak explanation to the 02 cast. Daigo left on a heroic note, I would say, to save Tai, but dying in the digital world. Oh, I forgot to mention, nothing got resolved with Dark Evil Genai, but he does mention Daemon and Diablomon of what he wants to use next. What's interesting, because Diablomon had 2 films already, so I'm more interested in if they could do a storyline with Daemon in film form, because that could actually be something interesting. And get the 02 cast involved, because Daemon was more heavily involved in 02, so that'd be interesting. And I have a funny feeling that might be the route they might take now. So I don't want another Diablomon movie, because what can they do with that? They had him digivolve into Apocalypmon, you know, that weird, monstrous dinosaur-like version of its Infamon. But anyway, so yeah, so we had the crappy resolution of 02's cast. I didn't like that one bit. I did love the Easter eggs of the other Digidestins around the world during the whole backup files. I love the little hint about every time Hikari worries about her brother or something like that, and she's got burdened, but she was still recovering from an illness back in 01, but I'm glad that she got that, like, there was a hint there. I did want to mention that during the end of the scene they were all talking about what Tai's futures were. Matt even hinted that I might look into looking into space, because the Digimon thing is still not in that mess, and we all know what Tai's future career ended up being, is becoming a diplomatic liaison between the real world and the digital world. So that's pretty much his career that we already saw coming anyway. So yeah, but so that merciful mode, crappy design, transformation for it was stupid. But the power-ups were great, really. And I mean, I love the samurai sword because how it finished off Mekumon, where it was just slashing, blasting every inch and then slashing it half, was really, really great. But I wish we saw the 02 cast interacted at least a little bit with the 02, and we get a hint of novelist TK with this as well, because he narrated pretty much the end bit. Like, he pretty much narrated the whole of Adventure in 02, because the narrator ended up being adult TK anyway. But we got to see him starting typing up his story anyway, his adventures and everything. So we started to see his little thing. So this really makes it so that it somewhat doesn't affect the epilogue of 02. It made sure that this still fits into canonicity of the epilogue. So we have that. And overall it was an okay part. A little bit more emotional. I was really happy that everybody, all the Digimon got their memories back. I was really happy that everybody fought to the bitter end. A bit disappointed about no warp evolution sequence, because I thought, come on, this is the last part. Agumon's finally getting the action. Just say warp Shinka and do a completely awesome warp evolution sequence. But no. So I'm calling it now. If there was any time that there was evolution sequences where it went champion straight to ultimate to Mega in this film as reusing as that, I'm calling it warp, because if it doesn't cut away to battles, classing as a warp Shinka, because it's just Tri's variation of the warp Shinka. They don't want to say warp, but they're evolving straight from rookie to up champion to all the way to Mega. So yeah. But yeah, Sora cuts her hair. That's another thing I wanted to mention. I think they made it. I think they got it designed so it looks more like. Looks more like a adult hair look. Look at the epilogue, so a little bit makes sense. But everything was tying up nicely of how everything was going. So yeah, that was Tri Part 6. Enjoyed it very much. I was in tears for a bit, but after thinking about it, there was no need for tears for Mei and Meiku, because we didn't grow attached to them much. I was a little bit more happy, tearful happy, when all the Digimon got their memories back. And after rethinking about it, there was no need to tear over Mei and Meiku because of that. We didn't get to know them much. I didn't grow up with her. She was just a new character for this film that, in the end, did felt like she didn't need to be in there. Take away Meiku, and make Meikumon a Digimon that came to the real world and ended up befriending the Digimon. The Digidestined, saying that she's being chased by these Digimon, and the events could have still played out. In some ways, Meiku didn't really need to be in there. Sorry. Didn't really need to be in there in these films at all. Meikumon could have still been in here, and the events of these could have played out slightly differently, but exactly the same, without Meiku. Without Mei-chan. Yeah. I loved how they all had little scenes, but I'm a bit annoyed that they didn't took this opportunity of having scenes of 01 in there. They probably did, but they were silhouettes, so that they didn't need to use it. But it's a shame, really, because the whole moment where they're getting their memories back. Would have been nice to see like images of Tai first meeting Agumon, or everybody meeting them for the first time and everything and all that. I loved all the moments where they were reminiscent about that. There was another Easter egg about that I forgot to mention, was with Koshiro and Tentomon getting him those teas, and Izzy went, something like this, something similar happened to us like this before, and Tentomon just straight up says, "Oh, it did? I don't remember. I don't remember it." And I just smiled. I was like, I love the little hints and little throwbacks to previous films, just to show that it hasn't been thrown away. And I love how a lot of plot threads have been answered, but some of the ways they've answered it or handled it I didn't like as much. But other than that, I really enjoyed Tri as a whole. But like I said, I will give my full-on thoughts of the entirety of Tri in a separate video. But this has been my review of Digimon Adventure Tri Part 6, Our Future. And it was an okay finale. I did love the whole cast singing Butterfly, but the one thing I do love is that rock, heavy, like very heavy metal rock riff of Butterfly playing at some point of this, and I want that as an MP3 file. But yeah, it was an okay finale. It really was just battle sequences and everything, just wrapping up everything that I did forget to mention that Hikari did have a dream during the before she woke up, and it was a dream of her waking up Tai in the very first part of part 1. But in this dream, she was trying to wake him up, but when she pulls the covers, duvet away. Sorry. Nobody was there. That was a little bit nice, but other than that, it was an okay finale and everything. It was confusing about the Digimon, because I thought the Digimon went back to the real world, but then suddenly they're back again in the human world after TK actually said that they went back. So it must mean that Koshiro must have found a way without using D3s to open the Digiportals, so they could go in and out as they plead. But it does mean balance has become back to full force and everything. But yeah, this was an okay finale. It wasn't great, it wasn't spectacular, it was okay. It wasn't great either, like I just mentioned, but it was an okay finale and I did enjoy it. But yeah, this was my thoughts and my review for Digimon Adventure Tri Our Future. I'm hoping you guys enjoyed it as much as I did on this journey, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now. So yeah, if you liked what you've seen here, don't forget to subscribe. Just subscribe and to press the bell icon as well. But I've been your host, Kai from Kai's Take Corner, and Digimon Adventure Tri is finally over. See ya.